Hey guys, so today I'm going to be getting ready to go to one of my very, very good friends' Christmas party. I say that this is the party of the year for us, which is really funny because it sounds like we go to a lot of parties, and this actually might be the only party that we go to every year that is a party for adults. Like, we go to birthday parties all the time, but we don't really go to parties. Anyway, it's a great party. It's a lot of fun. My friends Sonia and Brian throw a Christmas party every year. They've been doing it for years. They have a DJ, they have a bartender, they have a karaoke, like, whole setup. It is a lot of fun. So I look forward to this night, this time of year. So I'm just gonna be doing my makeup and getting ready with you guys. I've already done my foundation and my eyebrows and my concealer. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing, the eye makeup is gonna be pretty, there might be a lot of fallout, so I'm going to go ahead and put a shadow guard underneath my eye to just wipe away any fallout at the end of this, at the end of, you know, my makeup look. So I'm going to use the Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just going to kind of pack this underneath my eye. This is basically just going to catch any shadow that falls. I'm going to use a glitter, so it's going to catch any glitter or shadow that falls on my face, so I can just brush it away and it doesn't, like, mess up my foundation or my under eye area. It's also going to help set my concealer and brighten up under my eyes, so it kind of does several things in one. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I'm going to start by priming my eye, and I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour Extend Eye Base. This is a really great primer. It doesn't have any color to it, so it's really great to use with any shadows, really. It's not going to change or alter the pigment of your shadows, and it's very, very long wearing. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my transition shade, and for that, I think I'm going to use this Kevyn Aucoin palette. I'm just going to use the contour shade that it comes with. I'm going to use this guy for my transition shade in my eyes. Okay, so next I'm going to go in the inner corner of my eye, and I'm going to use this shadow right here from the Kevyn Aucoin palette. It's kind of like a silvery pewter color. And I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner of my eye right here. These shadows really are so nice, you guys. They're so buttery and they hardly have any fallout. Really beautiful. Okay, next I'm going to take this darker shade right here, and I'm going to go on the outer corner of my eye with this. So I'm basically going to cover the second outer half of my eyelid. Okay, I'm not too worried about it looking perfectly blended at the moment. Right now I just want to get that color in place, and then I'll go back and blend it out. So you can kind of see that this has more of like that almost cut crease effect, where this is not. So I'm going to go back and kind of even them out. So next I'm just going to take my blending crease brush, and I'm just going to kind of go on top of what I've just done. I'm not really grabbing any product with this. I'm just using whatever's left over, which, if you'll remember, is that contour color that I used as my transition shade. So that's what we're using right now. So I'm just going to go over it and kind of softly blend these shadows together. Okay. Now I'm going to go and even them out because I feel like this one's a little more intense than this one, so we're just going to go and even that out. Okay, so I'm going for that really like kind of sultry, smoky look. So as you can see, it's really dark on the outer corner, and then it gradually lightens and blends into that lighter color. So what it's doing is it's making that lighter color pop even more because it's like right against that dark shade. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the matte black that's in this palette. It is a really great true matte black. It is super black, you guys. Sometimes matte black shadows are a little choppy. This one is really nice and consistent. and it is real intense. Like, look at that. That's pretty intense. So I'm just going to go and place the color. I'm not too concerned with it blending out right at the moment. I'm just going to go and place it. A lot comes off on this, so be careful not to load your brush up too much and just instead kind of build. So right now I'm just going to place that, and then I'm going to go back in with that crease color brush again and do the same thing of just kind of softly going over that to blend out that black a little bit and make it look seamless. Very pretty. So what you want to be careful of doing is not taking your brush too far over and muddying that lightness there. Just really go on top of that black and go in little circles so the edges diffuse, but you're not bringing that black over into the lightness, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. I might go back and tweak it later, but for now that's a very good starting point. Next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a little bit of glitter, and I'm using this glitter that I found. I've probably had this for, I don't know, 8 years. Not kidding. It's called Reflex Antique Gold by MAC. I don't know if they still carry this, but it is just like a olivey bronze glitter. It's super finely milled, which of course, if you're using something on the eye for glitter, you want to make sure that it is super finely milled and it's not chunky and it doesn't get in your eye and irritate your eye. I'm using a 242 brush by MAC, and I've got this brush wet, and it did have some shadow on it before, but I'm using that to pick up this glitter just so that it actually sticks on the brush and then in turn sticks on my lid. Let's see if this works. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of place that right in the center of my lid. Basically where the light color and the dark color meet is where this color is going. I'm not taking it all the way to the inner corner of my eye, and I'm not taking it all the way to the outer corner of my eye. And I'm actually going to change and move to my finger because that brush didn't really work very well. I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to press. Press, 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 press. Press, press, press. Very pretty. Hey. Fun, fun, fun. Lovely, fun, fun, fun. Glitter is so fun. I love this time of year because I can actually wear these and not look so crazy. Okay, so next I'm just going to take my little brush and I'm just going to tap on top of that. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm just going to tap on top of it just to blend it out a little bit more. Okay, then last I'm going to go in and I'm going to brighten the very inner corner rim of my eye. And I am going to use a shade from the Marc Jacobs palette because the Kevyn Aucoin doesn't have a shade light enough. I'm going to use, which one am I going to use? I think I'm going to use this one right here. It's really, really pretty white. You can't even see it from the screen, but it's got a really pretty shimmer to it. And I'm just going to go right over my inner corner with that eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go ahead and brush off the powder that we have underneath. Taking whatever's left on my brush and I'm just setting the center of my face with that. I didn't set my foundation with a powder. I'm using this foundation by Face Atelier. If you follow me on Instagram, then you saw me post this the other day. This foundation is incredible. I've had it in my kit for years and I've always used it on brides. And I recently ordered myself one. I used it years ago, but when I started doing YouTube, I just bought so many foundations that I didn't really have one that I used all the time. Anyway, I reordered myself one of these and it's incredible. I'm going to do a video on it very, very soon, you guys. But that's what I had on and I hadn't set it yet. So now I'm just setting the center of my face with whatever was left over on my brush. Okay, so for liner, I'm going to use the Kat Von D waterproof liquid liner. This is the tattoo liner and it's in black. Okay, and I'm going to actually bring my mirror a little closer so I can get right on here. Oh, I have a lash falling out. Okay, next eye. Okay, so I've lined my eyes. I'm going to go over that with a black shadow to just smudge it and smoke it out a little bit. And I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin black because it is the darkest, mattest black that I own. And there's not a lot of fallout with it, so I don't want to have a bunch of, black mess to clean up underneath my eyes when I'm done. So I'm using an angled brush, a really fine little angled brush, and I'm just going to go directly on top of the liner that I just did. I'm actually going to kind of smoke out and pull it up a little bit on the outer corner. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blending brush, and I'm almost going to connect that shadow liner with my outer corner a little bit, so they just kind of seamlessly blend together, and you don't see like that black in the crease and then the liner, they just kind of blend together. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to go and highlight my brow bone, and I'm going to go into the Marc Jacobs palette for this one. I'm going to use this bright little like just white matte shadow. I have a lot of shimmer going on the lid, so I don't need the brow bone to be shimmery also. So for bronzer, I'm going to use the Hourglass Bronzer. I love this bronzer. This is a favorite. Absolutely love this bronzer. It just gives the most beautiful color payoff. It's not really subtle, so if you like a bronzer that looks super natural and subtle, this might not be for you. I mean, obviously it depends on your skin tone. If you're a lot darker than me, then this would look more natural on you, but if you're my shade or lighter, this is going to show up a lot. So, but I like it, especially when have a lot of makeup on like tonight and I'm going out and I just want my makeup to look more glamorous. This is a really great bronzer. It's okay. Now I feel like I need to put a little bit of a highlight in the center of my face, just to kind of brighten it up. So we're gonna go in the Marc Jacobs palette, and I'm using this like matte highlight here. Nope, here. It's always weird looking at a screen because everything's opposite. And I'm just gonna put this down underneath my eye. Now that I have the bronzer there, that's gonna just kind of pop that bronzer a little bit more and also pop my highlight a little bit more. For blush, I'm going to keep the cheeks super soft. So in order to do that, I'm going to use a really soft blush brush to apply my blush. I'm using this one by MAC. It's the 137. You can see that the bristles are really long and fluffy. It's not a very dense brush at all. So it's going to apply just a very sheer wash of color on the cheeks, which is what I want. And I'm just going to pop that right on the apples of my cheek. This is by MAC. It is Warm Soul. It almost looks like a bronzer, but with more peach to it. I am going to go line the inner rim of my eye with a brightening color because I love that. And then I'm going to line the lower lash line with a really dark one to make it pop even more. This is my favorite thing to do. I'm not a fan on me with the dark line in the inner rim. I think it looks beautiful on other people, but I do it on myself and it doesn't work. So I'm going to just stick with what I like on myself. This one is really intense, you guys. This is by Estee Lauder Edit, and it's a dual. So it's the brightener on one side and then it's the pencil on the other. I mean, it just goes on so easily. You don't even really have to go over it a second time. And then this is a really soft, creamy pencil. I'm going to be really light-handed with this because I'm going to go back and smoke this out with shadow. This is so creamy that if you don't go over it with a brush or with a shadow, it's probably going to smudge on you because you need to go over it to kind of get the excess product off with a brush and just shear it out so you don't have any like thick eyeliner anywhere. That's usually why eyeliner smudges. You get too much of it and it never fully sets and then it smudges. So you want to make sure to go over it with a brush or to go over it with a brush and a shadow. I'm going to grab just this flat 212 brush by MAC, and I'm going to take, what are we going to take here? I'm actually going to take this shadow from the Marc Jacobs palette. It's this one here. It's a really pretty like taupey bronze shade. It's brown, but it has a lot of taupe and plum to it. I think it's going to work nicely with what we have going on above. And I'm just going to go directly on top of that liner. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I probably don't need to put mascara on, but I'm going to. I hate putting makeup on my lash extensions, but for this eye makeup, I need more drama on my lashes. I would do a strip lash on top of these, but last time I did that, I got glue in them and it was a mess when I went to get my fill done. She was like, "Why do you have all this glue in your lashes?" She spent half the appointment just trying to get the glue out, so I'm going to try not to do that again. It's going to take a lot of work getting this off tonight. Okay, and last for lips, I'm going to line my lips with Double Time Pro Longwear Lip Pencil by MAC. It's just a really pretty nude, peachy pink. And then I'm going to top it off with Makeup Forever Artist Rouge Cream Lipstick in C104. a really nice peachy nude. So pretty. And last, I'm gonna put a little lip gloss in the center just to make my lips look very glossy and full. And this is by Marc Jacobs. It is the Moon Glow Enamored Lip Gloss. Oh, last thing I want to do, I want to put a little highlight on my cheeks. I never highlight, but I'm going to be highlighting with the Hourglass Incandescent Strobe Light. And I'm just going to like concentrate this right here. This highlight is so subtle, so pretty. It's just, look at that. It is so nice and beautiful. Okay, and then last, I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. And a little bit on my upper lip. So I'm really excited about tonight's party, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!